Hey everybody, this is Matt from endsickness.org. Today I'm going to talk about the risks of doing a liver flush, a Hulda Clark liver flush with the olive oil, the lemon juice, all that. And I'll give you my personal experiences. First, let me say I'm not a medical doctor. This is not medical advice. This is based on my personal experience for informational and educational purposes only. So the liver flush, I hear people talk about all the risks of liver flushes and how you could end up with having to remove your gallbladder and the stone could get stuck and you could end up in extreme pain and oh my God, right? But these are people that often have fears in a lot of areas of their life. People were believing that these things could go wrong because the reality is there's hundreds, thousands of people online who have had positive experiences through this, and I am one of them. I've had about 35, 40 liver flushes, and I'd say almost all of them I got stones out. It's got to be hundreds of stones out. It definitely made an impact in my digestion, definitely made an impact in my quality of life, removed my gallbladder pain. The list could go on, right? But the risks, let's talk about the risks, okay? So the risk would be theoretically that you would have a gallstone go into the biliary duct and get stuck there and cause you a severe situation. Well, the reality is, anything is possible, okay? But in my experience, this has not happened in 40 flushes. I've had clients that have done these. I've never had any issues with the clients, so your probability is very low. And if you're in a situation where your gallbladder might have to be removed because it's just a wreck, then you have to weigh your pros and cons. Hey, I might, there's a less than a 1% chance, there's a 0.1% chance that this could not work and I could have, have something severe happen. And then there's the 99% chance that everything will be fine. Okay, well, what are my other options? So I have to remove my gallbladder or have this pain every single time I eat. Well, you start to weigh your options. So I went for the option of trying the gallstone flushes. And the first flush I got like 70 stones. They were massive. It was just like the whole toilet full of stones. It was unbelievable the following day. And, I was bought in from there. But, the risk would be in the stone getting caught in there and then having supposedly some emergency surgery. These are the theories I've heard about, people talking about. I have never heard of this. I've never researched online for all the horrible things that could happen because I'm not, fear-driven in my choices. I'm faith-driven. So I would just try it and see what happens. That's what I would do. And it ended up making a big, big difference to me. If you want to try to go ahead and soften these gallstones with things like Chancapiadra or malic acid, you can try doing that. It'll take forever. In my opinion, you won't actually get rid of all the gallstones. Chancapiadra, you have some potential to do it, but you got to make sure you can tolerate it with your stomach and that you're reacting fine with it because that could be hard on the stomach, etc. So the reality is with these gallstones, you have to make a decision about them. You can't just ignore them. You can't fear doing the gallstone flush. You can't not get your gallbladder removed. You can't just be stuck in the middle. So there are risks, okay, but they're minimal, I would say. And the reason why you really don't have to be worried about the capillaries being so small that the stone gets stuck is you take all this Epsom salt right before the liver flush, right? And it helps to dilate the capillaries and it expands the capillaries, and then guess what? The stones slide through and they go into your stomach, and then bam, you evacuate them the next day. And for anybody who doesn't know the liver flush recipe, I'll just go over it one time before I end this video here. It is, what you do is you stop eating fat at 2 o'clock. You have nothing but fruits and vegetables in the morning. I'm sorry, you stop eating at 2 o'clock. You have no fat that day. You eat fruits and vegetables in the morning. Then you stop drinking liquids at 2 o'clock as well. At 6 p.m., you do like 8 ounces of Epsom salt with 2 heaping tablespoons of 8 ounces of water with 2 heaping tablespoons of Epsom salt. And then 2 hours later at 8 o'clock, you do 8 ounces of water with 2 heaping tablespoons of Epsom salt. Same thing. You should go to the bathroom several times between 8 and 10:30 when you're actually trying to do the liver flush. And the idea is to flush out your small intestine so you get rid of the waste. And then at 10:30, you do roughly 4 ounces of olive oil and lemon juice as a chaser. You go back and forth, and then you lay on your right side, and you lay there and you go to sleep. And the idea is you want to stay stuck on your right side all night if possible, or at least for several hours. And then you just go ahead and wake up and start drinking a lot of water, and the stones should start coming out within a matter of hours, and you should see them within 6 hours. Your first flush should be something that should present a good number of stones. But if not, then I would do it again and try because you don't want to give up on this thing. And the risks, I wouldn't be concerned. You got the Epsom salt to dilate the biliary duct. If you want to go ahead and try to soften up the gallstones prior for a couple of weeks, you can try to use the Chancapiadra or the malic acid beforehand. That'll help to soften up the gallstones and make them smaller and help them be easier to remove. But to me, I don't think that's necessary. I've never needed to really do that, even though I have done apple cider and whatnot in the past. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you have questions about the liver flush, please get in touch. Let me know. I'm happy to guide you through it. You know, a lot of information is on my website, endsickness.org. I got hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos, and feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching, everybody.